Hey everyone, Dynamic Dunes here, back with a texture pack showcase. And in this video I'm going to be showcasing a couple of the packs I made that you will be able to download if you join my Discord. Alright, so let's get started with the first one. Alright, and then this first texture pack I'm showing you is actually an old one that I've updated. So now we have the 1.21 bricks turned into tiles. And so basically in this texture pack, you can take any brick and the top will be tiles instead of bricks. So for example, you can still have the side of the bricks and also use the top as a floor. So I've done this for all the stone variants, all the deep slate variants, except for tiles, because you can already use those as a flooring. We have prismarine, all the nether bricks, blackstone, and even endstone. And one other one that I've decided to do was polished basalt. So the top texture for polished basalt will actually be tiles, and you can actually use this as a wall design if you want. Okay, moving on from these, I've also changed some other blocks entirely. So if you get andesite, granite, or diorite, these actually have a random shading texture to them. So if I just place a few just to show, you can see that some are lighter, some are darker. And besides that, I've also changed smooth stone to match the rest of the polished stones. So it's got the correct shading in order to look like these. Next up we have bricks. So these are variated brick textures. So if you place down a couple of these, you'll notice that some are different, and you'll definitely notice the mud bricks. Some are darker, some are lighter. So that just gives your builds a little bit more variation to them. All right. At first, you might not be able to tell what I've done with the endstone bricks, but I've actually given them a different side texture along with the top texture. It's more like rounded when you compare it to, let's see, stone bricks. Because originally it had the one long brick and then the two small bricks on the bottom, but now it's a little bit more exotic looking. I felt like the end stone bricks should look a little bit different from the rest of them, besides the color, because you know the end's kind of weird. Gives it this unique look to it. All right. And finally, for the end of this pack, I changed diorite to be a little bit lighter, taking away some of the dark patches that kind of break it up. So now, so it looks a little bit more smooth. And here we have a smooth basalt. You probably can't really notice a change in this one either. Um, it's a very minor change, but it kind of smooths out the texture instead of having it look kind of messy originally. And in this next texture pack that you can download, I've actually made crops easier to distinguish when they're harvestable. So, for example, the amethyst cluster that actually drops amethyst when you break it now pulsates so that you can actually see which ones you're supposed to break. So like sometimes from a glance, you really can't tell which ones are the right ones. You might break the wrong ones and then you've wasted it. And also the budding amethysts also do this around the edges so that you don't accidentally break them. Same with suspicious sand and suspicious gravel. They have a little outline so you can see them and so you don't break them on accident. Next one is the crops. So let me just show you this. The ungrown crops are actually darker, so you'll be able to tell them from the finished ones. So if I press this, I'm gonna just speed up the game a little bit so you can tell, yeah, that this is much brighter than how it was. Here, let me show that again. Yeah, so just makes farming a little bit more, or using or harvesting crops is a little bit more easier now because now you know which ones are the correct ones to mine. All right, here's another texture pack that some of these didn't fit with any of the other texture packs, so I put them on their own. I've changed ladders to be this lattice design that you might hang vines on in a garden. I've made glowstone a little bit more smoother, and these I actually really like. These are the jungle trapdoor, the birch trapdoor, and the warp trapdoor, and the crimson trapdoor. They're all made so that you can use them in builds easier for like arches, or for example if I build like something like this. Not having the holes in the texture helps you build, or makes your buildings a little bit more solid looking. So yeah, just a small amount of textures that didn't really fit with other ones. Alright, now we have my nature variations texture pack. So this actually changes pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns that have random faces depending on where you place them. So here you can see all the designs, and here are the normal pumpkins. Alright, along with that, I've actually added variated paths. So if you take a shovel and you start making a path, you'll have different blocks throughout your path, so it looks a little less plain. Along with that, I've added side textures to grass paths, podzol, mycelium, warp nylium, and crimson nylium, along with random top textures for grass. Alright, the next texture I've added is random lily pad. So depending on where you place these, it'll have a different rotation and design to it. So this looks really nice if you're building a little koi pond, or you just have lily pads in your garden. Can make it seem a lot less repetitive. And finally for this pack, I've changed the birch leaves to be this yellowish green color to more match aspen trees. And the birch logs have a random side texture, so you can either have the spots or can be plain. Alright, and then that was pretty much everything to show with the texture packs I've made. I might update these in the future. In that case, I'll just make another video. But hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any suggestions to things I should add in these texture packs. Alright.